Monday through Friday. My name is Joyce Fields. I'm 81 years old, and I always say that because it trips out my peers that I do these lives, you know. Uh, but that's what I love to do. And at 4 a.m., I do these YouTube lives. I am a TikTok live veteran, okay? I have done over 500. You heard that correctly. I have done over 500 TikTok lives. I did my last TikTok live on August 29th because TikTok changed their community guidelines violations rules. I thought they were too restrictive. And they also increase their price for subscribing. And so now I do my lives here on, good morning, Shells, here on YouTube. And I did my first YouTube live on Monday, September 1st, first YouTube live. And like I said, I've done over 500 TikTok lives, and I love doing these lives. And I'm trying to get I have so much advice to share with y'all and so much information too. I'm just telling y'all now about the fact that I've done all these TikTok lives. I'm still on TikTok. I still post every day on TikTok, but I only do my lives here on YouTube. And so I post on TikTok. I have over 53,000 followers on TikTok, and it just blows my mind. Like I said, I'm 81 years old. I never thought that I would have 1,000 followers, you know. Now I got over 53,000, and it's still growing because people are coming to my TikTok page. And if you want to go over there, my username is the letter J, JJ Fields, Fields, and the number 7. No, I don't go live on TikTok anymore. I only go live here on YouTube, but I still post to TikTok. I still post videos and I still post posts. I still post content to TikTok, and I'm still getting new followers because the content that I post is very helpful. You can use it. And so now my lives, taboo subjects, religion and politics, not allowed, okay? Not allowed. Religion, no Jesus stuff, and no Bible stuff. And none of that, no religion and no politics, okay? I have no use for either one of them, okay? So I talk to God all day long, and God ain't got no religion, y'all. God ain't got no religion. So now I do not tolerate Bible stuff, Jesus stuff, or political stuff on my live. Yeah, you can take it somewhere else, you know, so not here. Now, with that, I told y'all how I've done over 500 TikTok lives. I love doing these lives, and my lives are entitled Undifficult Your Life. I want y'all to share this live because I would love to be able to share the advice that I'm getting ready to share with y'all with a whole lot more people, okay? So the advice, I was telling you that the title of my lives is Undifficult Your Life. And a lot of y'all are doing a lot of things that make your life a lot more difficult than it needs to be. And I share 4 pillars of advice that will help you to undifficult your life. I am 81 years old. I tell my man all the time that I live a virtually stress-free life. For real, no BS. And I tell him also that I live an enchanted life. It's not that I don't have stress. I deal with it, and I'm going to tell y'all how to deal with it more effectively. You don't let stuff get to you, okay? So, and I'm going to tell you how you do it. I have these 4 pillars that I'm going to share with y'all. Pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. And I tell you how you do that. I don't just leave you out there, okay? I tell you how you do these things. I'm going to tell you, I'm 81 years old. I have used this advice that I'm sharing with y'all since I was about 10 years old, okay? And I don't have any kind of health issues, and I'm going to get more into that in my life. I am not on any pharmaceutical medications. I have never had a headache in my life. My mother never had a headache in her life, and she had 7 kids. I'm the oldest, and 2 of us never had a headache in our lives, and that's me and my brother Kenny, who is 75 years old. He's never had a headache either. So I've never had a headache. I'm not on any kind of pharmaceutical medications. I do not have aches and pains. I work out. I do 50 bicep curls every day with 5-pound weights. I do squats. I do leg lifts. I do all kinds of exercises. And I have been doing exercises off and on. What I say is I do exercises regularly on an irregular basis. Okay? So, but it's usually at least 3 days a week, at least minimum. And then I'm liable to drop down into a squat anytime. Matter of fact, I just dropped down into a squat on Monday. I had my yearly physical. Everything is cool. I don't have diabetes. I don't have none of that, nothing. I don't have any aches and pains, period, y'all. At 81, I am totally blessed. I am, and that's what I say when anybody asks me how I'm doing. My response is always, I am too blessed to be stressed. Now, I'm going to tell y'all how it is done, how I do it. And God, the universe, or whatever you call your higher power, has gifted me. And all of us have gifts, y'all. Every last one of us have gifts. Now, if you don't know what your gift is, you need to sit down with yourself and ask yourself, now, normally what your gift is, it's going to be something that you enjoy doing and something that you are good at. Doesn't matter what it is. If you enjoy doing it and you're good at it, you ought to really do something with it. It's your gift. So think about it. Maybe you don't know what it is, but sit down and think about it. Ask some of your friends, what do I do well? Okay, all right. So now, where was I? Okay, so I was telling y'all about how I'm going to tell you how I live a virtually stress-free life. So now, pillar number 1, I have 4 pillars to share with all of y'all. And please share this live, y'all. I would love to share this advice with a whole lot of people. As a live creator, my mission statement is, I do lives that inspire people on their journey to make the world a better place. And I like to think that all of y'all here on my live would like to contribute to making the world a better place. So I want y'all to share the live so that I can spread this advice far and wide. I love doing it, and it doesn't cost me anything. I'm just sitting here in my lazy boy rocker recliner, drinking my rosemary nettle tea, which I'll be getting a sip of soon, and just sharing the advice that I have gained. in these 81 years of living. So I have 4 pillars that I'm going to share with y'all. Now, I do not answer personal questions. I have 4 pillars that I'm going to share with y'all that will help you to undifficult your life. And normally I do not read comments because I'm up here. My eyes are up here. I see the comments coming in my peripheral vision. And every once in a while, I will look down and read the comments. So this person says, what's the words of today? That's what I'm sharing with you now. 4 pillars of advice. So now I'm back up, looking up here. So the first pillar is develop and maintain a positive attitude. And I tell you how you do that. That's pillar number 1. Pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. If you are 10 years old or older, I will tell you exactly how you increase your own level of patience. But I always start with the toddlers. If you are raising toddlers, 2 and 3-year-olds, even 4, okay, you will want to hear how easy it is to teach them patience. Then pillar number 3 is stay calm. Stay calm, y'all. There is, oh my God, so much power in your ability to stay calm. You lose power. You lose that power when you become angry. And I know a lot of y'all can understand this and relate to it. So when you start becoming angry, this is how you know that you're losing power, because you start blustering. You just going off. You know, that's what they say too. Yeah, she went off. Okay, you see? So you go off and you become super agitated and animated, that you are losing power when that happens to you. Stay calm. This is calm. Powerful. Now, when I get to pillar number 3, I do helpful hand visuals throughout my pillars, okay? Pillar number 1, I do a helpful hand visual, and I'm going to tell you what that is. I do helpful hand visuals throughout my lives. And what a helpful hand visual is gestures that I do with my hands in combination with the words coming out of my mouth. And one of my viewers in one of my TikTok lives, her name is Jessie Knott, she said, quote, "These visuals are so helpful," unquote. And so that's why I call them helpful hand visuals. She's talking about the gestures that I do with my hands. And Spirit gives me these helpful hand visuals, y'all. I do not make them up. Believe me. Spirit gives them to me. And so when I do them with my hands in combination, like I said, in combination with the words coming out of my mouth, then it communicates, this is my gift, it communicates philosophies, concepts, ideas, illustrations. I'm going to be doing some throughout the lives, throughout this live. I do the same 4 pillars every live that I do. And so then that allows me to communicate from my mind to y'all's minds. So a lot of y'all will probably saying, yeah, right, okay. So you'll have to see it to believe it. But believe me, when you do see it, you will believe it. So, and it's easier to understand what I'm saying when I do the helpful hand visuals. It really cements it in. And I know that because I get so many positive responses, okay? Every live that I do. And like I told y'all, I've done over 500 TikTok lives. And I just started doing YouTube lives on September 1st, just last month. So this is my, I don't know, I do them Monday through Friday. So pillar number 3, when I get to that one, see, sometimes I lose track, but then I rewind and I get it back. in most cases. So when I get to pillar number 3, see, I got it back again. When I did the helpful hand visuals, there's 2 of them that I do in pillar number 3. When I did them in my live, it was a TikTok live this year, it blew a lot of my viewers' minds, okay? Blew a lot of their minds. I did it for my man. It blew his mind as well, and it blows my mind too. Now, speaking of my man and I have been together for 68 years. Yes, they are gazelles. Over 30 years old. I recycle my frames. So we have been together for over 68 years. And we have been married we just celebrated our 58th wedding anniversary on June 3rd. 58 years of marriage. But we've been together for 68 years, since we were both 13 years old. And he just turned 82. It blows my mind, y'all. It blows my mind, too. It really, really does. We are so blessed, and we know it, okay? He just turned 82 in September, and I turned 81. I'm so happy to be 81, y'all. Ooh, it's wonderful. I turned 81 on February 4th, and can't wait to turn 82. God willing, okay. So now, I'm going to show y'all a picture. Everybody loves it when I show this picture. This first picture is, we were 25 years old. This is 1969. We were 25 years old. Here you go. That's me and Pap. His real name is Fred, but everybody calls him Pap, P-A-P. But his real name is Fred. Yep. We were 25 years old. Now, this picture I'm getting ready to show you, last year, our 57th wedding anniversary, and we were both 80 years old on this picture. Thank you, y'all. Thank you. See, this one, we're 80 years old. This is the day of our 57th wedding anniversary. So now this is what I like to do. I love to see passage of time pictures. At the top, we were 25 years old, and at the bottom, we are 80 years old, okay? Thank you. Yeah, I love doing this. It blows my mind too, y'all. I don't take it for granted. I truly don't. And as a matter of fact, I was saying in one of my lives recently, within the past couple of weeks, husband and wife are taboo words in our marriage, okay? If Pap calls me his wife or a wife, I'm insulted by that. I can't stand that. If I call him my husband, he's insulted by that. He can't stand it either. So to us, a husband has a certain stereotypical. See, this is it, okay? Stereotypical. That's the reaction of a husband, okay? No, he doesn't do that. And a wife is really, really stereotypical. We females have been programmed the wrong way. Now, we're watching these dumb movies and chick flicks, Pap calls them. Men don't watch them, so they don't even know what the hell to expect, okay? So we females, and I wrote a book about that. The best way to keep a man is to let him go. So he doesn't call me his wife. If he calls me his wife, oh my goodness, I can't even fix my mouth to say anything, because we don't say that to each other. He's not my husband and I'm not his wife. He is my man and I'm his woman. And sometimes he calls me his lady and sometimes he calls me his girl. Okay? Doesn't matter how old you are. So don't get hung up with age. Age ain't nothing but a number. That's the truth. That's the truest statement I ever heard. Thank you, Natasha. So no, he don't call me his wife And I don't call him my husband. And when I put it on, everything it says spouse. I will say spouse, but I'll say husband or wife if uh, spouse is not available. He'll say husband or wife. So, but spouse is usually available. So that's all. Don't fall into stereotypical behaviors. So wives nag all the time. Wives try to steer it the way they want to. That's what a wife does. So now, if you're not a wife, then don't get offended. Okay? So now, okay. Now, pillar number 3, I was telling y'all, stay calm. You lose your power when you start to become angry. And when I get to pillar number 3, I'm going to do a helpful hand visual that's how I got into that will blow a lot of y'all's minds. Every time I do it, it blows a lot of people's minds, and it helps to convey the point that I'm trying to make really well. So that's pillar number 3. And PAP is the reason why I call them pillars now. See, I used to call them pieces of advice. And now, but PAP says they're pillars because a pillar is a strong structure on which you can build a foundation for living your life. Okay? So that's pillar number 3. Stay calm. There is tremendous power, y'all, in your ability to stay calm. You lose that power when you become angry. And like I said, when I get to pillar number 3, there are 2 helpful hand visuals that I do, and I'm sure it will blow some of y'all's minds. And I always ask the question. It's interactive, y'all, because I ask for y'all's responses, and I want y'all to be at the ready to respond when I ask you for responses. I really would appreciate it because I got 90 minutes. Yeah, thank you. I got 90 minutes, y'all, to share the advice that I have to share with y'all. And my TikTok name is the letter J, JJ Fields, Fields, and the number 7. JJ Fields 7. That's my TikTok username. And I still post on TikTok every day, just about every day. I post videos and post, content, okay? Okay. Yeah, so I'm still getting new followers on TikTok. I have over 53,000 followers on TikTok. I've done over 500 lives on TikTok. I did my first YouTube live here on September 1st. TikTok became too restrictive, and they raised their price for subscribing. Over here on YouTube, it's free to subscribe and share all of that. So everything over here on TikTok, on YouTube, is free. See, I'm still. I think y'all can understand that because I got one foot over here with TikTok and one foot over here with YouTube. I still post to TikTok, but I do my lives only here on YouTube. Oh, and I just uploaded a video here on YouTube, and I'm also an author, and I'm going to tell y'all about the books at goodshortbooks.com. 11 fabulous nonfiction, y'all, nonfiction books. For you book lovers out there and gift givers out there, I just posted the video shows all 11 of the books that are at goodshortbooks.com. Here on YouTube, and here it's posted under the title Joyce Fields Good Short Books 10/22/2025. I put the date on it so I know what. So that's just, I gave y'all that information so you'll know I think I have another one on there, but that one is like 2 or 3 years old. But it's the same video. Only now people are learning about the books when they come to my lives. And so I'm only telling you about some of the books, but the video that I posted has all 11 of them, and a brief description of each book. So I think y'all will get a big kick out of that. And they make wonderful gifts. We have books for adults and kids. Goodshortbooks.com. So now, pillar number 3, I told you, is stay calm. Now, there's only 4 pillars. And pillar number 4 is remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, anger, frustration, or whatever. Those 4 words, I will tell you what they are when I get to the 4th pillar. I first have to go through 1, 2, and 3. So now, back to pillar number 1. Develop and maintain a positive attitude. Come on, y'all, share the live. It doesn't cost you anything to share the live. I would love to be able to share this advice with a whole lot more people. Now, the 4 pillars are, pillar number 1, don't you think that the world would be a better place if more people developed and maintained a positive attitude? Develop and maintain a positive attitude. Pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. Don't you think the world would be a better place if more people increased their levels of patience? Pillar number 3, stay calm. Don't you think that the world would be a better place if more people stayed calm? And then pillar number 4, I haven't told you what the 4 words are, but believe me, the world would be a better place if more people remember those 4 words that I will tell you when I get to the 4th pillar. So now, pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. Develop and maintain a positive attitude. The way you do that is you write a program. First of all, I want to ask this question. Do you consciously think about the fact that there are only 2 attitudes that you can have? A negative attitude or a positive attitude? Just 2. Do you consciously think about that fact? That there are only 2 attitudes that you can have, a negative attitude and a positive attitude, or a positive attitude. Only 2 of them. Come on, give me some responses. There is no gray area. You cannot stand in the middle. You're going to lean one way or the other. Okay? That's it. There is no gray area. Okay. All right. No, it doesn't. Not for an attitude, honey. Neutral does not, a neutral is in a car where you just standing still and the motor's running. Okay? People don't do that. No such thing as neutral in human beings. Okay. All right, yeah. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to give you a whole lot of tips. Okay, you and everybody else on my live. I want y'all to share this live because I would love for more and more people to hear how simple it is to undifficult your life. Man, oh man, I live a virtually stress-free life, and I have been gifted with the ability to share with y'all how it is done. Okay, so now, and check out my TikTok page. I have a whole lot of, my moderators would take screenshots of the comments that people made about my lives, and then I would post them. So check out, I'm JJ Fields and the number 7, J, the letter J. So, okay, now, there are only 2 attitudes that you can have, a negative attitude or a positive attitude. There is not a third one. You're either going to lean negative or positive, and you're probably going to lean negative because I'm going to give you more advice and more tips on why. A negative attitude or a positive attitude. Based on what I have observed, and I'm always observing, yeah, And I'm speaking to my moderators. Hey, my moderators are the top of the heap for real. So, based on my 81 years of living, you do not choose to have a negative attitude. Hear me out now. Listen well. You do not choose to have the positive. Erase that. You do not choose to have a negative attitude. What happens is, if you do not choose to have a positive attitude, and a positive attitude is a choice, you have to make a deliberate choice to have a positive attitude. You have to make an on-purpose choice to have a positive attitude. You have to make an intentional choice to have a positive attitude. It ain't gonna come and sit in your lap, y'all. No, that is not going to happen. So I don't like the word happy. That means different things to different people, you know? So it's not that I don't like it. I use it loosely, okay? Oh, I was so happy. Yeah, so that's kind of like you're thrilled and all of that, you know. So, but happy, I prefer peaceful. Yeah, I prefer peaceful. So when you ask people what makes them happy, peace makes me happy. I like to be full of peace. So, and I'm going to tell y'all how you can do that as well. So now, if you don't choose to have a positive attitude, and let me tell you now, a positive attitude, you got to deliberately choose to have it. If you don't choose to have one, it takes energy, it takes effort to develop and maintain a positive attitude. Developing and maintaining a positive attitude is a lifelong process. But you know, what happens when you develop and maintain a positive attitude? It's like a positive attitude takes form. It's like a plug. You see, this is a plug that's in my hand. This is the positive attitude. And you plug it into your spirit. You plug it into your soul. And it electrifies you. Yep. It electrifies you. It kicks you into gear, and it makes you more a vibrant part of your own life. That's what a positive attitude does for you. A positive attitude opens up portals, doors, windows, opens up all kinds of positive, good stuff. I got a lot, y'all, so I'm trying to sort it out now. Which do I want to present first? So bear with me here now. Positive attitude, I'm always talking about that. So you choose to have a positive attitude. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you how you choose to have a positive attitude. Here's what you say. You write a program, and this is what you write, and you say it out loud. You say it out loud. When you write any program, you say it out loud. Here's what you say. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. I'm going to repeat it. That's the program that you write. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Share the live, y'all. I would love for more people to hear this advice that I'm sharing with y'all. People are making. I want to undifficult your life. You know, it's so simple. It's so easy. It's just about the way you think. Okay, just twist it a little bit. Okay. So now, I'm going to repeat that program that you write. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. You say that out loud. A lot of people will say you say it in your mind. No, Joyce Fields says you say it out loud. And I don't care who's around you either, because it gives you a chance to spread positivity. Good morning, everybody. It gives you a chance to spread positivity. When you say these words out loud, From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. What that means is, I said, you say from now on. That means this point forward, you can choose to have a positive attitude any minute of your life. Any minute of your life. What this means is from now on, so you can tell everybody you know, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Don't throw it up in my face how I had a negative attitude yesterday or last week or last month, whatever. So tell them, don't throw it up in my face. That's the past. I made the program says from now on. That means from this point forward. Just that simple. And tell everybody. Don't throw it up in your face how your attitude was in the past. You can change your attitude any minute of your life, at any day, whatever. I think y'all got it, okay? Oh, thank you. So, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. And put your feet on the path to do just that. I'm going to read y'all. Am I going to do that yet? No, I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to show y'all what a negative attitude looks like. Then I'm going to read y'all a list of words that will help you to identify people in your life who probably have a negative attitude. And it might be you, but I told you, you can change to a positive attitude any minute of your life. So, I'm going to show y'all what a negative attitude looks like. You heard that correctly. I'm going to show you what a negative attitude looks like. On the count of 3. All right, 1, 2, 3. Here's what a negative attitude looks like, y'all. These are the kind of people that say, woe is me. My life sucks. I can't stand this. I can't stand that. Complain, complain, complain. Now, what my hands are doing, y'all, is a helpful hand visual. This symbolizes the fact that positive forces are constantly flying through the universe at all times. Everybody, listen. Positive forces are constantly flying through the universe, but they always fly over the heads of people who have a negative attitude. You got that? They always fly over the heads of people who have a negative attitude. When you write that program and when you say it out loud, here's what you say. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. On the count of 3, I'm going to show you what happens. 1, 2, 3. Here's what happens. You see that? What was flying over your head is now making contact with your psyche. Was that helpful hand visual helpful? Come on, give me some responses, y'all. YouTube says I have 363 people on here. So come on, give me some responses. Was that helpful? Oh, good. Thanks, Karma. Come on, give me some more responses, y'all. Be quick with y'all's responses because it takes time. Ah, thank you, Justin. Oh, wonderful. I'm telling you, yes. Good. Fabulous. See, helpful hand visuals. It's flying over your head. Now, when you have a positive attitude, all kinds of good stuff happens to you. I'm doing another helpful hand visual. Here is, you are putting out positive. Positive is coming back to you. You're putting out positive, positive is coming back to you. You're putting it out, it's coming back to you. You're putting it out, it's coming back to you. It's like a conveyor belt. And I'm only doing it for that size, so y'all can see the concept of a conveyor belt. You put it out, it comes back. You put it out, it comes back. That conveyor belt, y'all, is as big as the universe. You hear me? Y'all understand that? Can y'all imagine that? You're putting out positive, positive is coming back, and it's as big as the universe. Ah, thanks. You're welcome, Aiden. Okay, yeah. So that's what positive attitude. Develop and maintain a positive attitude. That is pillar number 1. Now I'm going to read y'all a list of words that will help you to identify people in your life. You're welcome, that probably have a negative attitude. And it might be you. Okay, sorry about that. My phone, the stand is kind of wearing out. Sometimes it falls, so, okay. So now, but like I told you, you can change your attitude at any minute of your life, or in any minute of your life. You don't have to do it right now. You can do it the next hour. You can do it tomorrow. Whenever you decide that you want to have a positive attitude. And I'm going to say a lot of things here that will help to push you into wanting even more to have a positive attitude. Now, these words will help you to identify people in your life who probably have a negative attitude. And like I said, it might be you, but you can change it. Okay, so now, anger, envy, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, self-pity, guilt, resentment and holding grudges, inferiority, lies and dishonesty, false pride, superiority, and the last word is ego, okay? Now back up to the top. The very first word is anger. You can't be it's not possible, and I think you already know that. It's not possible to be depressed and have a positive attitude. No, that won't work. It doesn't go together. Okay, that maybe somebody else had that question. So now back up to the first word, anger. Do you know people who are angry? People who are full of anger? Are you the one who is full of anger, who is angry? That is negative. How about resentment and holding grudges? Do you know people who are full of resentment? People who hold grudges? Are you the one who is full of resentment, who holds grudges against other people? That is negative too. I'm going to come back to it, but I'm going to move on to lies and dishonesty. Do you know people who lie? Who are dishonest? Are you the one who is the liar, who is the dishonest one? That is negative too. But back up to resentment and holding grudges. If you are full of resentment, or if you hold grudges, no religion on my lives. I don't deal with Jesus Christ, the Bible, nothing. No religion. I talk to God all day long. God ain't got no religion. No religion, no politics. My moderators will deal with you accordingly. So don't do that. Just listen to the advice that I share. And if you want to do it, make a comment, have a comment that's relevant to what I've just said, okay? All right, so no religion, no politics. You will be dealt with accordingly. Okay. Now, where was I? Resentment and holding grudges. If you are holding grudges, if you are full of resentment, I'm going to tell you something that you probably have never heard. And that is that you are living in the past. You're living in the past. You are holding on to something that happened. You're holding on to something that happened. Past tense. There is nothing that the people who did this to you or did that to you can do to change it. And there is nothing that you can do to change it. Oh, you're very welcome. Okay, I wanted to get that as a screenshot there. So there's nothing that you can do to change it. You must forgive them. You must forgive them. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. It don't matter what it was or who it was. You must forgive them because you are doing damage to yourself by holding on to unforgiveness, by holding on to resentment, by holding grudges against other people. You are damaging yourself. All of those words I just read you are negative words. They're not negative words. They are words that reflect a negative attitude or negative personality, okay? So, when you hold on to that, I call those words the uglies. When you hold on to the uglies, they damage the person that holds on to them. You understand? Doesn't that make sense? So you're holding on to something that is ugly and it's damaging you. It's like you're swallowing razor blades or something like that, you know? So you must forgive. And it doesn't matter who it was or what they did. You must forgive. Now, people will tell you to forgive and forget. Hell no. You don't ever forget. You would be an idiot to forget. You don't forget what people did to you. That's wrong. So you keep it on the stove, on the back burner, and don't hold any resentment once you forgive. And when you do forgive, that doesn't mean you let them back into your life or you go back into theirs. But that's a wonderful thing if all of y'all agree. That's wonderful. But it doesn't mean that. If you forgive them, that's all that is required. Now, I told y'all I'm 81 years old. And when I was a kid, there was no such thing as a text message or, let me think here, a video call. I'm trying to think all this technology. Or email, see? So sometimes it comes faster than others, okay? So text message, video call, or email. No such thing when I was a kid. Now, y'all can use any of those technologies to forgive, you see? Hey, Kyle. So you can use any of those to forgive, but if you don't ever want to see, hear, or whatever, no kind of communication with them at all in the future, you can forgive by saying it out loud to the universe. Okay? So, now, the universe or God or whatever you call your higher power was there when the mess happened to you. It knows what happened to you, okay? Now, I'm always shocked when I ask this question, and I get so many yes responses or responses that say yes. I'm gonna ask this question. Do you know and realize and understand that God, the universe, or whatever you call your higher power, sees everything you do right now, hears everything you say right now and reads your thoughts right now. You understand? So now here's the question. Do you know, did my asking that question of y'all bring it more to the forefront of your minds, your consciousness? Do you know that the higher power, or whatever you call God or whatever, sees everything that you do right now, hears everything that you say right now, and reads your thoughts right now? Now, did my saying that cause y'all to think more carefully about what you do, say, and think? See, I get a lot of yeses because a lot of people have not really brought it to their consciousness. You see? Okay, wonderful. I got a few no's, so that's okay. Yeah. Yeah, you got that right. Yes, ma'am, and yes, sir. Whoever that was said it. Yes. Okay, wonderful. And that's what I intend to do. Bring this to the forefront of people's minds. So, like I said, the universe or God or whatever you call your higher power was there when the mess happened to you. It knows what you're talking about. When you tell it, you forgive. Now, here is the way you say it out loud to the universe. Just bear with me, y'all, and I'm going to give you some examples, 4 examples of what has happened on my lives. Okay, so now, you forgive by saying it out loud to the universe. And I don't care who's around you, because it may be somebody is around you that knows what happened. You knows what went down. And they can help you to spread the word that you forgave them. Here's what you say out loud to the universe or whatever you call your higher power. I'm going to say universe. Universe, I forgive so and so. Share the live, y'all. For doing such and such to me. It doesn't cost y'all anything to share this live, because I would love to be able to share this advice with a whole lot more people. I'm going to repeat what you say to the universe out loud. Universe, I forgive so and so for doing such and such to me. Use your hand, because it symbolizes your touching the universe. It's symbolizing your touching spirit. No religion on me here, no Jesus Christ, no Bible stuff, no politics, okay? You will be dealt with accordingly, okay? And no ridiculous stuff either. I'm talking about the 4 pillars. Comments should be addressed to the 4 pillars that I'm talking about. And I don't read comments that are more than 3 lines long. And I don't read a lot of those because I don't have time to read them, y'all. I have 90 minutes to share the 4 pillars of advice that I have to share with y'all. 90 minutes. And I cannot take time to read all the comments. Y'all writing books. Okay? No time. So, now, back to, where was I? Oh, yeah, forgiving. So, universe, I forgive such so-and-so for doing such and such to me. Now, I'm going to give y'all 4 examples of what has happened on my lives, comments that people have made. The first one is a young lady who said, I forgave my dad like that, and I immediately burst into tears. The second young lady said, I forgave myself, and you can forgive yourself too. The universe knows what you did or said. Yeah, so hey, okay. Same shoe fits your foot. So she said, I forgave myself. And I immediately burst into tears. The third one was a young man. He said, I forgave, and I felt my spirit shift. So now, the reason why the two young ladies burst into tears. They immediately burst into tears. And the reason why the young man felt his spirit shift is because, like I told y'all, when you carry all of this ugliness, this unforgiveness, this resentment, this holding of grudges, all of this stuff, it creates what I call an invisible internal burden on your cells, on your blood, on your organs, on your spirit, on your soul, on your entire being. You don't even know you're carrying it in some cases. You see? You don't know that what you are holding on to is damaging you. Open your eyes too. Now, look around you and see a lot of the people who you know, and it might be you, hold grudges or hold resentment or hold on to unforgiveness. They are on pharmaceutical medications. They have all kinds of illnesses or ailments or something like that, and they are not aging well either. Because when you hold ugliness, it takes its toll on your guts. It can lead you into bad health. You see? And I think that a lot of people who have all of these health issues is the result of resentment being held and holding grudges and holding on to unforgiveness. That's what I think, because that's what that can do. So it creates an internal, invisible burden on your whole being. And when you forgive, it's what Shelster says is, it's like a pressure release valve. This is what happens. When you forgive, it goes psst. You see? You must forgive because you're doing damage to yourself. You're not damaging them. They're damaging themselves if they're holding on to some resentment or holding grudges or unforgiveness, maybe for something entirely different from what yours is, okay? But you must forgive. And the fourth example, so the two young ladies burst into tears immediately, and the young man said he felt his spirit shift. The fourth one, her name's Patricia. And she had been watching my lives for I don't know how long. And forgive, but don't forget. And she had been holding a grudge against her mother for over, listen to this, y'all. She had been holding a grudge against her mother for over 40 years. Yep, over 40 years. She forgave her mother. Now, that's over 40 years worth of Mother's Days and I don't know whatever all else, okay? But Mother's Days. This past Mother's Day, she forgave her mother. And this past Mother's Day, they spent it together. And man, oh man, she came up as a guest on my TikTok Live and shared with us how wonderful their getting back together was. And it just really warmed my heart. Yeah, that's a long time to hold a grudge against somebody, especially your own mama. So you must forgive. And see, that doesn't mean you go back into their lives or they come back into yours. But in that case, it was a mutual thing, you know? So that's wonderful. I just love that. So now, no religion on my lives, no Jesus Christ, no Bible, nothing like that, okay? I have no use for religion. I have no use for politics. You got yours, I got mine. I talk to God all day long. So you can take your religion to somebody else's life, okay? I don't deal with it on mine, all right, now. And you will be dealt with accordingly. My moderators don't deal with it, okay? You won't be on my live, so sometimes they'll remove you and depends on how bad you are. Yeah, or, you know, so, but you'll be dealt with accordingly. So now, I told you about Patricia. That's where I left off. And she forgave her mother after holding a grudge against her mother for over 40 years. Okay? So, thanks, Elder. So, yeah, y'all like and share. Please share because I want to be able to share this advice with a whole lot more people. I just need y'all to share it. So now, okay, you can forgive. I told you about how you forgive. Now I'm going to, I wanted to read y'all a list of words that will guide you on your path when you want to develop and maintain a positive attitude. Here are the words: joy, the first three letters of my name, peace, love, hope, serenity, humility, kindness, empathy, generosity, truth and honesty, compassion, and the last word is faith. So put some of those words, make those words come alive in your own personality, okay? Yeah, the punishment will fit the crime. Okay, that's great. I love that. Okay, so now, nobody can have a positive attitude 100% of the time, and nobody can have a negative attitude 100% of the time. You understand that? I'm going to repeat it. Nobody can have a positive attitude 100% of the time. And nobody can have a negative attitude 100% of the time. Therefore, you live your life by what I call a ratio. RATIO. You live your life by a ratio. Thank you. Okay, so now I'm going to explain what a ratio is and how you use it. But first of all, I want to know, and I'm only looking for responses that say no, okay? Do you know that you live your life by a ratio? RATIO. Do you know that? Okay. No, it's not hard. Come on, give me some responses. I only want responses that state no. You did not know that you live your life by a ratio. Wonderful. Thank you. Okay, good. Ratio, RATIO. All right, wonderful. So now, as the no's keep coming in, I'm going to explain what a ratio is. A ratio is a very simple tool that will definitely, I said it will definitely help you to better control your life. I'm going to repeat that. A ratio, and I'm going to explain completely. You'll understand it completely. A ratio is a very simple tool. Come on, y'all, share this live because I'm telling y'all the advice that I share, it is not difficult. That's the title of my lives, Undifficult Your Life. It is not difficult to implement it. And I want a lot more people. All I'm asking y'all to do is to share the live. It doesn't cost you 1 penny to share the live. So now, a ratio is a very simple tool that will definitely, again, I said it will definitely help you to better control your life. Okay? Now, you and you alone set your ratio. You and you alone control your ratio. If you set your ratio too high, you can lower it. If you set your ratio too low, you can raise it. Okay? Wonderful. That's good. So, my ratio, and I'm using mine as an example to show you exactly. Okay, my ratio is 80-20. 80-20. Now, some people on my lives have chosen 75-25, 60-40, or whatever, okay? I'm going to tell you. So, my ratio is 80-20. That means that 80% of the time, I am very happy being in the positive attitude mode. And 20% of the time, I am okay. You notice I didn't say I was happy. Being in the negative attitude mode. Okay? Now, back over to the positive attitude mode. Come on, y'all, share the live. The positive attitude mode, 80% of the time, I honor the programs that I write, and I'm going to tell you all about another program that you can write to change your own behavior. 80% of the time, I honor the programs that I write, and I don't own 80-20. Anybody can choose 80-20. So back to 80% of the time, I honor the programs that I write, and 80% of the time, I do what is right, fair, honest, kind, considerate, all of those good things, okay? That's what I do 80% of the time. Throughout my entire life is what I have done, okay? You can choose whatever ratio you want. But now, for the negative part, 20% of the time, I can be in the negative attitude mode. But the negative attitude mode can never, ever include three things. Number one, it can never, ever include physical abuse. You cannot hit people. You cannot throw things. Number two, it can never, ever include verbal abuse. You cannot cuss anybody out. You cannot insult anybody. And then number three is, thanks to one of my viewers, her username is Midnight, she asked me to include tone of voice. And it ain't what you say, it's how you say it. And I was happy to include tone of voice. So tone of voice is the third thing. You cannot use an ugly tone of voice to anybody. Okay, so as long as you are not including any of those three things while you are in your negative attitude mode, you're okay. You see? So that is my 80-20. So 80% of the time, and you can do whatever percentage you have for your positive, okay? So now, I'm going to write this program to show y'all how you can write a program, say it out loud, to change any behavior that you have. I'm going to use a false behavior that I have, that I'm saying that I have it. And then I'm going to tell y'all the behavior, and then I'm going to tell y'all the program that I write to change it. And this way, what I'm showing y'all is you can change any behavior that you have. You write a program, and this is what I'm going to be doing is this example, and you can take it and put it on any behavior that you have. And I'm going to show you some examples or at least one example of how this is done. So now, here is the false behavior that I'm talking about. I eat 12 cookies every day. No, I don't. I do not want to eat 12 cookies every day. Now, here is the program that I write to conquer that behavior. I eat 12 cookies every day. I do not want to eat 12 cookies every day. Starting tomorrow, I will eat 10 cookies. And tomorrow comes and you eat 10 cookies in the next days, weeks, months, whatever. So now, all of this time, 80% of the time, you're eating 10 cookies. But because you have that 20% gapper, sliding room, whatever you want to call it, I can go back up to 11. I can go back up to 12 because 80% of the time, I am going to eat 10 cookies. You see how that's done, y'all? You see that? So, this behavior, what I've told you, you can take and put it on any behavior that you have. I'm going to tell you this one young lady. She's a viewer of one of my TikTok lives. And check out my TikTok page, y'all. My moderators took comments or screenshots of comments and sent them to me, and then I post the comments on my TikTok page. So I still post to TikTok. I've got I've got over 53,000 viewers on or followers on TikTok. So I post there. I still post, but I do my lives only here on YouTube. And so, okay, now where was I? Oh, talking about the behavior. I was talking about this one young lady. She had an eating disorder, and I posted her comment. And her comment said, I used to eat 6 meals a day, then 5, then 4, and now 3, based on her or because of her advice, talking about the advice that I shared. So she used it for an eating disorder. She went from 6 meals a day to 3 meals a day. You see, so all you need to do is write the program to say it out loud, because when you say it out loud, it comes out of your mouth, you hear it with your ears, and it gets plastered into your psyche, okay? Oh, wonderful, thank you. I appreciate that. So, say it out loud, y'all. Now, people in your life that disturb your peace, if anybody is disturbing your peace, you should not allow anybody to disturb your peace. And that includes your mama. So now, if anybody is doing that to disturb your peace, you have to say something to them. You must say. But they are not obligated to change their behavior because you tell them that. So, but you tell them, always use kindness. You can say, I love y'all dearly. I really and truly do. But when y'all do such and such, or when y'all say such and such, that disturbs my peace. And tell them that. And they're, like I said, they're not obligated to change their behavior. And then observe them and watch give them enough time to change their behavior if they're going to. But then if you notice that they're not, then you come back to them and you come at them and you say, I told y'all I love y'all dearly. But when y'all do or say such and such, it disturbs my peace. And y'all are still doing it or saying it, okay? That leaves me no choice. I must protect my peace. And then I give y'all 3 options. Y'all can come up with a 4th one if y'all so please, so that's fine. But option 1 is I have to feed y'all with a long handled spoon. Option 2 is I have to love y'all from a distance. Thanks, Miriam. Or option 3 is I have to stop coming around y'all. Okay? So you told them, but you were kind. You can't cuss them out. Okay? So be kind. Now, if it's your mama that's oh yeah. Yeah, so you be kind always. So that gives you what is it? Rewards. God or the universe is keeping track, of the good things that we do and the bad things that we do. So, and that's what I always remember, honey. No, no, no. I treat people the way I want to be treated. I live my life by the golden rule. I don't do anything to anybody that I don't want done to me. I don't say anything to anybody that I don't want said to me. The golden rule states, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Miriam. What's difficult about pronouncing Miriam? Okay. Wow. I don't know how you can mispronounce it. So now, what was I at now? I was talking about the golden rule. You treat people the way you want to be treated. Oh, yeah. If your mama is doing things to disturb your peace, here's your mama disturbing your peace. Here you are coming in, getting your peace disturbed. Now you tell your mama, Mama, I love you dearly, but when you do such and such, or when you say such and such, oh, thank you, it disturbs my peace. Now, all of this takes place after you have written that program. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude, okay? So now when you tell your mama that, some mamas will say, what peace? Or you ain't got no peace. Leave mama alone. Now, when you say that you wrote that program, you raised your frequency, you raised your vibration. You are no longer down here on this frequency, on this vibration. You are up here, and your mom is still down here doing this. Thank you. Peace to you as well. But because you're on a higher vibration, you're on a higher frequency, it doesn't bother you. You see that? You see that? Okay? So, use that one. Raise your frequency, raise your vibration by saying out loud, from now on, I'm going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Now, pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. If you're 10 years old or older, I'm going to tell you exactly how you do that, but I always start with toddlers. If you're raising toddlers, 2 and 3-year-olds, you can teach them patience. When they ask for a cookie, tell them, I'll give you that cookie in 5 minutes. Then if you put yourself on a timer, and then you do that several times at 5 minutes, stretch it to 10 minutes, put yourself still on the timer, always on the timer. Stretch it to 10 minutes, then stretch it to 15 minutes. Not only will you be teaching that toddler patience, you will also be teaching that toddler how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time. Now, you can teach yourself how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time. You need a piece of paper and something to write with. I'm going to give you a short, fun exercise to go through so that you can teach yourself how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time, okay? So now I'm going to count to 10 while I drink some tea, and then I'm going to come back and you should be ready. Excuse me. Okay, now, I didn't stir it up. It's not sweet enough because the honey is at the bottom. Okay, so now, on that piece of paper, write down what time it is right now. Put the paper, it doesn't matter what time zone, put the paper away, and at some point later, doesn't matter how much time, try to guess what the time is at that point. Do that several times throughout the day, throughout the whole day, a long time. You'll get to the point where you won't need paper and writing it down. I use what I'm telling you, I use it all the time. And then if you use an alarm clock to get up, if you wake up before the clock goes off, try to guess what time it is. So you will be teaching yourself how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time. You will be in tune with the second hand on the clock or the minute hand, whatever, okay? All right, so now, that's how. Now, if you are 10 years old or older, you can teach yourself patience, how you can increase your own level of patience. You know how you do it? You make yourself wait. You write a program and you say, I am teaching myself patience. I am learning how to increase my own level of patience. I am teaching myself how to wait. And especially if it's something that you are fiending for or something that you normally would give yourself immediate gratification for, make yourself wait. Really, you got to make yourself wait. And if you make yourself wait past the point where you don't want it anymore, that's a beautiful thing. because it means that you are stronger than it was, you see? And you always were, but you never challenged yourself. So that's patience. Now, if you are raising toddlers, I highly recommend ordering this book, Mother's Dozen, an easy recipe for raising great kids. It's available at goodshortbooks.com, and the link is in my profile, goodshortbooks.com. I had it translated into Spanish. Okay. I had it translated into Spanish. Madre docena. I don't speak Spanish, so. Okay. Now, Mother's Dozen, an easy recipe for raising great kids. 48 pages. It's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com, and the link is in my profile. This book will guide you into raising kids that you can admire, for real. And I talk about it when I talk about patience, because Mother's Dozen, 12, an easy recipe. Recipe says there are ingredients, and I say there are 12 ingredients to raising a great kid. And the 12th ingredient here is patience. So this book covers, or this book has a chapter on patience. And I wrote this book for people who have toddlers that are not going in the direction they would like them to go in, you know, especially 3-year-olds. You can turn them around. One of my viewers, her username is Cat724. She bought it. I say it's good for kids up to 4. She bought it and read it, and she said it's good for kids up to 7 or 8. So to turn them around if they're going in the wrong direction, and it's your fault if you're raising them. Kids don't, you know, I have a book of quotes, and one of the quotes says, "A spoiled child is not of his or her own making." Okay? So, no, you are raising the kid. If the kid is going off the skids, being totally uncontrollable, and I like these kids that are hollering and screaming in supermarkets, honey, please, ain't no way in the hell, I'm gonna say it like that, okay? Ain't no way in the hell I would have allowed even my grandkids didn't do that. Oh, honey. So I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if y'all raising kids, this book will help you. Mother's Dozen, an easy recipe for raising great kids. Now, one of these lives, I'm going to talk about some of these books. Now, pillar number 3, stay calm. Stay calm. There is tremendous power in your ability to stay calm. You lose power when you start to become angry. Now, I'm going to do a helpful hand visual. Spirit gives me all of my helpful hand visuals, y'all. And I was talking about staying calm as opposed to becoming angry. And Spirit told me to use the word neurons. And I had never, ever used the word neurons in my lives before. This year when I was doing my TikTok lives. And so I used the word neurons. I knew something about it, you know, I knew it was part of the brain, or that it was associated with the brain. So I was talking about neurons. When you're calm, your neurons are like this. They're flowing calmly and communicating with each other. This is the way they're doing. These are your neurons, okay? Use your imagination. Now, when you are angry, Spirit gave me both of these helpful hand visuals, y'all. When you are angry, here's what your neurons are doing. You see that? Look. When you are angry, no. So think about what your neurons are doing when you become angry. Now, Spirit came to me and told me to do that during my live. Later on that night, Spirit came back. Here's my hand, y'all. It blew my mind. Spirit came back and told me, look up what neurons do. I cannot tell y'all how flabbergasted I was, but I obeyed. I Googled it, and here's what Google said. Neurons work together to produce memories, make decisions, and compute information. They take chemical signals, transport them, and form new wiring within the brain. Neurons also help different parts of the brain to communicate with each other. That's why you can't think straight when you become angry. That's why you can't make good decisions when you become angry. That's why you can't make good choices when you become angry. So, the next time you feel yourself starting to become angry, remember your neurons. You want them to be doing like this, keeping you powerful, not this, messing with your power. No, don't do that. Think about your neurons, y'all. Okay. Yeah, love yourself. Okay. Now, pillar number 4. Remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, anger, frustration, or whatever. And those 4 words are, this too shall pass. Okay? I'm going to repeat. This too shall pass. Nothing lasts forever. No scenario, no situation. This too shall pass, y'all. Those words, when you remember to say them, they will lighten probably 90% of the ugliness, the ugly situations that you get into. If you remember, this too shall pass. The next time your mama is chewing you out or your daddy is chewing you out, they cannot read your mind. They cannot read your mind. Take control of your mind. Now, while you're getting chewed out, you can say to yourself, this too shall pass. She ain't gonna be fussing at me forever. Or this too shall pass. He ain't gonna be fussing at me forever. Just think about it. It will make it a lot easier. You know, that's like what was that said, a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down? Well, in this case, when you think about when you're in frazzled kind of situations, you think about this too shall pass, it'll help that to go away or to lessen it, okay? Make it tolerable. See? You understand? So now I have given y'all the 4 pillars. Pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. I told you how you do that. You write a program. The program says, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Do that. Pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. I told you how you do that if you are 10 years old or older, and I also told you how you teach toddlers patience. And I recommend that you get this book, Mother's Dozen, an easy recipe for raising great kids, teaching them patience. Pillar number 3, stay calm. I told you about your neurons. Hold tight now. Hold on to those neurons. Don't be powerless. And when you start blubbering and all of that stuff, you're losing power. You're just out of control. See, out of control. Or just out of control, angry. So you lose power when you're like that. So then the 4th pillar is remember the 4 words that will ease your stress, anxiety, panic, all of that. This too shall pass. This too shall pass, y'all. Those are the 4 pillars. Now, I hope that y'all, come on, give me some responses. Can y'all use any or all of that advice that I just shared with y'all in these 90 minutes, almost 90? Come on, give me some responses. Priceless information, wonderful. Thank you. I want y'all to help me spread the word. Yeah, they do. Yeah, so I want y'all to, now, if y'all got something from this, oh, wonderful. Fabulous. I really appreciate this. All right. If y'all got something from this, I understand some people are camera shy and all of that, but y'all can do a video. Maybe you don't even have to be on camera. You can do a video or you can do a post. Help me spread the word about the advice that I share at 4 a.m. Pacific time, and it's a 90-minute live, and I share advice that will help you to undifficult your life. So if you got something out of this, and I really appreciate you joining the live, if you got something out of it, you can do a video or a post and tag me or mention whatever the word is for these things, you know. So Monday through Friday, 4 a.m. Pacific time, Monday through Friday, a 90-minute live where I share advice. I'm 81 years old, and I share the advice that I live. I tell my man all the time, I live a virtually stress-free life. You see? Yes, wonderful. Thank you. I appreciate everything, y'all. So now y'all can help me spread the word. So now I'm going to close my live with this book, My Simple Quotes to Live By. It's 90 pages. It's 167 quotes that I coined, and it's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. I coined my first quote when I was 15 years old, and that quote states, "Never lose your hope and faith." Never lose your hope and faith. I coined this, my first quote, in 1959 at the age of 15. The occasion was my middle school graduation from Detroit's Sherrard Junior High School. Ninth graders were asked to document their message to their fellow classmates. And that's what I said. I don't remember saying it, and I didn't know that I was coining a quote. But I'm going to read y'all a quote that I do remember saying. And I did know I was coining a quote. As a matter of fact, it was for a quote contest. Thank you, Kyle. You too. So they needed 12 quotes. It was for a calendar. And I coined this quote and submitted it, and it won as one of 12 out of over 5,000 entries. And I post this quote to social media to encourage people to chase their dreams. Here's the quote. "It's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased the dream." Thanks, Karma. I'm going to repeat the quote. "It's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased the dream." Chase your dreams, people. Chase your dreams. Nobody can see your dream as clearly as you can, and you can't see anybody else's dream as clearly as they can. So don't allow anybody to poo-poo your dream, and don't you poo-poo anybody else's, but chase your dream. Now, this book is formatted. It's 90 pages, 2 quotes per page, and the quotes are in all caps, separated by a black and white picture. It's 90 pages. This is what's on page 90. And I'm going to open the floor now for y'all to shout out page numbers, and I will read the 2 quotes on the page. You can go from page 6 to 89, and page 11 is the page number where "It's better to die chasing a dream never caught" was, okay? So come on, y'all, give me some, throw out some page numbers, and I will read the 2 quotes on that page, 6 to 89. In the meantime, thank y'all for joining my live. I really appreciate it. And I hope that y'all will implement the 4 pillars. Make the world a better place. If more people developed and maintain a positive attitude, the world, oh my God, I didn't even see, my screen was frozen for some reason. Wow, y'all really gave me some pages. Okay, page 42, I think that's the first one. I hope that is. Okay, page 42 is for Venice. At the top of page 42, use time wisely. It will not wait for you. At the bottom of page 42, for a happy life, love and truth are 2 intangible must-haves. Can y'all live by those quotes? Page 33 for Adjoa. Page 33. At the top of page 33, be a leader, not a follower. Always think for yourself. At the bottom of page 33, don't take life for granted. Tune in. Be aware. Can y'all live by those quotes? Page 16 for karma. At the top of page 16, what is a miracle? Proof that God exists. At the bottom of page 16, if you're not the perfect man, stop looking for the perfect woman. If you're not the perfect woman, stop looking for the perfect man. Okay. Any more page numbers? Oh, wow. Okay, I don't know did I skip any? Okay, page 23. All right, I'm gonna do up until 5:40. Page 23 is for Janine. At the top of page 23, don't think in terms of tasks to be done. Think in terms of time to devote to task. And I'm going to come back to that one. At the bottom of page 23, to other people, we all are other people. Can y'all live by those quotes? Now, the quote at the top of page 23, don't think in terms of tasks to be done. Think in terms of time to devote to task. I come up with, don't think about, oh my God, I got to go in there and clean up this kitchen, or I got to do this or that. Think in terms of, I'm going to take the next 30 minutes to see how much I can get done in this kitchen. You see? Now, you will either do probably one of 3 things. You'll either do 30 minutes and you'll be through before 30 minutes, or you'll do 30 minutes and you'll say, I'm going to quit, and I'm not through. But then you'll do 30 minutes and keep going. See, that's one of 3 things. All right, so now page 44 for Carolyn. At the top of page 44, do not long mourn your past. Rejoice in your present and your future. At the bottom of page 44, procrastination slows down progress. Can y'all live by those quotes? Okay, now I'm going to do 45 and 6. No more page numbers, y'all. Page 45, because I'm getting ready to get off of here. Page 45 at the top. This is for Kingsley. Live your life from a place of love, fairness, and truth. At the bottom of page 45, anger and hate are the food of the devil. Don't feed him. Can y'all live by those quotes? Okay, page 6 is for, what's that, Tina? Yeah, Tina. Page 6. At the top of page 6, please God, and everything else will fall into place. At the bottom of page 6, hating harms the ones who hate more than it harms the hated. Can y'all live by those quotes? And thank y'all for joining my live. I'll be back tomorrow. I want y'all to implement the 4 pillars. Develop, pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. And it's a lifelong process, but it's fun, y'all. A positive attitude is fun. Pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. I told you how you do it if you're 10 years old or older. Pillar number 3, stay calm. Remember your neurons. Let them go smoothly and not like that. And then pillar number 4, Remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, or whatever. This too shall pass. Now, if y'all like the quotes that I just read for y'all, this 167 quotes that I coined. On TikTok, now, one of the reasons why I left TikTok is because they increased the price for subscribing. But I have 125 subscriber-only videos where I read quotes from the book and I beautify the quote and I expand on the quote. So I've got 125 subscriber-only videos. If you want to go to my TikTok and subscribe to get those videos, if you love quotes that much, that's wonderful. That's fine. But I'm not doing any more. I got 125 of them. So, therefore, I want y'all to use the 4 pillars. Make your lives less difficult. Undifficult your life. That's the theme, the title of my live. So, thank you. Appreciate you. And also, YouTube replays my live. So it's up on the on YouTube. So the replays, Joyce Fields is live, I think. And then I uploaded a video. I just did it today. Joyce Fields dash Good Short Books 10/22 2025. So I'm just telling y'all all of that so you can zero in on it. And the video is all 11 of the books at goodshortbooks.com. And it's a fun video, and you get to read the description for each book, all 11 of them. So check it out, y'all. The link is in my profile. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. But I won't see y'all. Y'all will see me. Okay, y'all know what I'm talking about. Thanks for joining my live. Later, y'all.